think it's going to be a great night. We're going to have Ramin on. I am so excited to have you on. That's terrific.
Tonight we're gonna do a lot of talking, guys. Get your pen, paper ready. We're going to get back to the basics and we're gonna make some money. So let's
Okay.
call everybody. Call everybody. Let's go.
Well, while everyone's calling everybody, I'd like to introduce our CEO. Established in 2005, Opulence Global rapidly rose to become Canada's premier designer fashion house, gaining recognition among 300 prominent celebrity clients within a single decade and now in 200 countries and territories worldwide. With a mindset that opulent living is no longer exclusive to the privileged, Ramin Mesgarlou created an opportunity for anyone to achieve generated wealth. He is both a visionary and leader in the direct sales industry. His motto, if you have the will, we have the way. With 3 decades of experience, he built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses as a master distributor, achieving self-made millionaire status at age 25. In 2005, our CEO launched Global Wealth Trade, which later became Opulence Global in 2017. Ramin's experience extends to developing compensation plans, advanced training, and strategic partnerships. He's driven by a commitment to empower entrepreneurs globally and has created over a dozen millionaires through his training and inspiration. Ramin's vision is to create world-class products supported by an internal banking that allows his partners to work worldwide. This, he believes, is the opportunity to unleash his Opulence Global partners' full potential en route to living their opulent life. His motto, if you're either getting better or you're getting worse. And at every turn, we witness Ramin trailblazing our future. Ramin, together with his wife Sanaz and son Cyrus, lead by example. They live an opulent lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, and guests, my name is Shauna Ballas. I hail from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome the architect and CEO of Opulence Global, Ramin Mesgarlou.
Wow. We're gonna have you do this training. I mean, this
I
is
had
so
to write
good
it
because
myself.
look, you know what? This is so good. Actually, tonight we're gonna talk about a lot of this basic stuff because it may be basic, but it's vital and it's being missed. And what's basic? Be professional. Do some homework. Don't be lazy. Don't try to wing it. That's it. And so you come in, it's one of the best introduction, just the way you did it, and just it's beautiful done. Now that point comes because of an experience, a background, in many things, but it's not hard to learn if you're not lazy, right? If you take the time, you want to evolve, and wow, so in a way, maybe what you can do, write yourself a little training, and I mean that the training. Here's how I prepare to be a host. I mean, here you're on the world stage, right? You're performing for everybody. I could have a guest on. You're the face. You're the hostess, right? So it's a responsibility on our shoulders, and you want to make sure that you're prepared. And when you're prepared, by the way, people take that strength, and people attract to strength or weakness. Next thing you become, you build up your stature, right? And you don't always need a rank to be looked at as the leader. You don't always need a check. I can tell you, I know people with rank and check, and they don't be considered as leaders. Yet you got other people who are fairly new, but they just got this in them, and they look as leaders. So I enjoyed that. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And this unexpected part of the training, edifying and acknowledging your great work. Before we get started, though, here's the thing: we're gonna talk about not being lazy, and I know that's the #1 reason why people don't make it in MLM, MLM, gym, diet, whatever. And you can't be lazy. I always say simple things should remain simple. If it's simple, it should get done. Because it's simple, right? we're not asking you to do hard stuff now. You should crush the hard stuff because that's where the treasure is. But if you don't, I understand why you didn't because it's hard. But simple stuff should remain simple, and you should do it because well, it's simple. One of the simple things I'm going to ask you to do right now is somebody put the link for businessroom.org in the chat, and you're part of this community. We all have a job to promote. There is a poll going on right now. We normally don't get involved in these things. This time we did. And the reason why we did is because we're the #1 company in the world when it comes to these type of things, and yet, we're sitting at like 79 votes, and so since yesterday it's gone up to like over 400. I want every single one of you right now. Somebody put a link here. Go to bfh.org, bfh.org. Click on it. I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Click on it and vote for your company. And the vote is for the most trusted company in direct sales. There's nothing that can come to our integrity. Nothing. Right? And not only that, take this link right now, send it to 10 people, your downline, first generation, second generation, your cousin, whoever, your friend. Hey, listen, vote for my company. Just don't just vote for my company. You click and vote, right? Because you got to, I think, download the app. And so again, simple things should remain simple, right? If you're not going to promote your company, if you're not going to be loud about it, what's the difference between your Opulence and the tuk-tuk yo-yo company just got launched last night? As a matter of fact, the tuk-tuk yo-yo companies, the two guys in an iMac from a bedroom, they're the loud ones. And that's why they attract people. They don't have any substance, but they attract people because they're loud. You need to get loud. We're all going to get loud. Right? We're all going to get loud. Put in the chat, loud. Because if you're not going to be loud here, you're not going to be loud promoting your business. If you're not loud about your products, you're not going to get customers. If you're not loud about your opportunity, you're not going to get any recruitment out of it. So tonight, actually, moving forward, we're pushing the basic. After 19 years, we've become this mature company. It has some benefits, but it has its benefit that at least it's a nice stable company and it's got great products, right? Because it's developed. It's not good because you got a bunch of retirees and semi-retirees who've been here a while, and they're not promoting. They're just using the product. They're getting their check every Tuesday. So we are looking for right now for that next generation. I'm always saying it's the next gen, right? The next generation of leaders that just want to come up. And how do we know who they are? They're loud. They're loud. So never become like the person who's been here 20 years, 18 years. Stay fresh. I would say when you're fresh, you're ripe. When you're ripe, you're rot. When you're fresh, you're ripe. When you're ripe, you rot. Stay fresh. I do that. Get loud. Evolve. Promote. It's always about the next. So we're going to be talking a lot about that. Moving forward, we got a lot of new people on board. We don't want them to be mature. They got 18 years to go, right? This is not how we got here. We got here because we really bullied the world, telling everybody how we're the best company in the world, and we could back it up. I asked Renee how many compensation plans he assessed compared to our plan and bullied them. And he had a website called GWT Family, and he had like 200 plus comp plans that he had taken and compared to ours, and he would bully them. He would bully their the leaders, because we were just so strong. But this is how you become to 107,000 a month in 30 days. Paycheck, right? We're loud. We gotta get loud. There's no reason. There's a vote out there, and You guys are not sending it to everybody you know, including, you know, anyone that could actually download an app, family and friends. They don't even have to be here. So listen, it's your company. They trust you. Hey, listen, it's like telling your friend, hey, this I got a beauty salon. Just tell people about my cement company. Tell people about my landscaping company, right? So they see your work and here they see your products. So tell people, go vote, vote, vote. And by the way, by doing that, not only engaging people, people love engagement, right? You bond with them, then they take a look at your business too, right? Okay, so what am I voting for? Well, let me show you. Hey, do me a favor, can you go vote? I'm sending you a link. Send it to 10 people. Can you vote for my company? Yeah, what I'm voting for. Oh, okay. Well, I'll send you a link. So again, get loud, loud, loud. All right. You guys are doing that? While we're doing this, you should be doing that, right? You should be voting right now. Somebody check the vote count and make sure that we have everybody on. All right. So tonight I want to talk about back to the basics. Basement basics. And the good news is that's all you need to make money in this company. That's all you need to start your business in this company. And because if you don't know the basics, I get confused. And one of my philosophies in life is when confusion sets in, inactivity starts. Put that in the chat. I want you to get it. Notes, right? Take notes. When confusion sets in, inactivity starts. And that's true for your downline too. That's true for your downline. This is why it's so important that you get your downline, your team, the new person on the system. If you don't have a system, you don't follow the system, your people don't have a system, they're not following the system, and who follows what. It's just that simple. If you don't have a system and you don't follow the system, your team doesn't have one and they don't follow it, and you don't have a team. It's that simple. You're making some people buy products, but you don't have a team. And we don't talk about the two parts of the business. You need two parts for your business to flourish. So you need two things, right? You need two things to succeed financially or in the business or in life, because really job doesn't do it, right? First, you need an opportunity. There's two things you need to succeed. Two things. First, you need an opportunity, which you already do. If you're here, you already do. It's called opulence. That's your opportunity. See, most people out there, they don't even have one. How many people do you know that actually have a home-based business or something on the side? Not that many. Not that many. They may be having, some have a job and some don't have a job. But you don't see people say, well, I have an opportunity. They say I have a job, but they don't have an opportunity because job is not an opportunity, right? So there's two things you need to be successful in life. One, you need an opportunity. You need a vehicle to take you to success land, right? So the success land is not your job, right? Because you work for somebody else. Someone else keeps the profit, right? You need to work for yourself. That's the only way you become successful. So the first thing you need to succeed is you need an opportunity. You do have what's called opulence. The second thing you need is you need a plan. You have an opportunity, but if you're not working it, it doesn't matter. You can have a Rolls Royce, you can have a McLaren on a driveway. You're not driving it, you're not going anywhere. Okay, so you need an opportunity, which already have 50% there. Second, you need a plan, right? Of course, you need a plan. We're making assumptions that you're executing the plan. I mean, you're executing something. Is it IGA or is it not? Income generating activity. Are you executing, wasting time during the day, burning days, one day at a time? That's an execution. Or are you executing things that can forward you towards that place that you want to go? So opportunity is get the highest profit. So when it comes to the opportunity side of it, in our business, it's simple. You can do it in an instant. You basically choose the highest, most profitable email we have. Now, in other companies, in this case, it's LAP. In other companies, you can't even start at the max. I love that about our comp plan. You can maximize the plan from day one. Day one. First presentation. You buy the LAP, you're maximizing everything, right? Other companies, many of them, you buy the package and kind of have to work your way to the maximum. It's okay. It just takes time, right? Now, you want to do that if a company has a few products because you don't want to get loaded with all kinds of products of the same product, right? But that can never happen in our business. We have 1,000 SKUs. You never have enough products, even if you hit 10 years, because we have so much great stuff that we make. So opportunity here is to find launch with the highest profit emo, in which in this case is LAP. If you're LAP, put your hand up. So I'm LAP, put it I'm LAP, right? Or I start with an LAP. Lots of great bonuses in that one. So that's the opportunity. Highest profit emo. The plan is simple too. There's only two parts to the plan. The first part is cost transition. That's the first part. Cost transition. Basically, over the next 30, 60 days, empty your house and put your own stuff in there. Shop your mall. Cost transition. You need that money for your business. You have to have that money for your business. You can't go spend that money in someone else's mall. Over the next 30, 60 days, you're not shopping anymore outside. You are cost transitioning from the outside mall into the Opulence mall, into your mall. So first part of the plan is cost transition. In the 30, 60 days, you should be fully in, 30 plus use cases, right? You should be fully in, or close to it. So first part is simple, cost transition. Stop going outside to the mall and shop your mall. That's pretty simple. The second part of that is performance. Performance is when you launch other malls. The first part is just consumption, right? You're not really doing anything. You're just switching from someone else's mall, which, by the way, that's more work. Getting your car, gas, go to the 10 different places to take the stuff that you can do all in one place from your iMac at home. So this is the first part here is simple. Cost transition. It's just consumption. The second part is performance. So write that down in the chat again. So there's two things you need to do, right? One is cost transition. Your plan, one is cost transition. Second is performance. Cost transition is simple. You just consume your own product versus next 30, 60 days. Performance is where you're out actually doing something. You're actually getting other people to cost transition. So you're actually doing something. Switching your own line is not doing something. It's important. It's very important. And we're going to talk a lot about that. But performance is where you have to perform, right? You have to get other people to cost transition. You get other people to launch their own Opulence mall. So that's the plan. So the plan is to find other homes to cost transition. Now, then what you want to do is basically duplicate this whole process, right? Throughout all the layers in the organization. Somebody says, I don't know what to do. Well, it's pretty simple. Cost transition. What's your Opulence score? And what's your performance like? What is your forensic score? And we're going to talk a lot about that now. Those should become buzzwords, right? You just basically duplicate that through the layers of organization all the way down. The conversation in your organization should be very simple, should be very unified. There's only a couple of metrics in our business. There's only a couple of metrics that you have to be aware of. That's it. And you have a very good business going. So now you have the opportunity, LAP. Now you have the plan, you've done the cost transition, and you're doing performance, right? So what's the next thing you need? Well, you need a pitch. For pitch for cost transition, it's simple. You could say anything you want. I mean, I just come up with stuff because it's not really that difficult. I was writing this today, actually, 10 minutes before I got on the call. So if I called right now my neighbor, what would I say to him? Here's what I would say, something like this. Can I come over and show you the products that I'm bringing in the city, country, area, whatever it is that you're trying to promote, right? Hey, Jack, can I come over? I want to show you the products I'm bringing into King City. I'm not selling them anything. I'm not saying the whole idea of an appointment is not to sell, it's to get in there. Once you're in there, it sells itself, right? It's all about you. It's not about the product. The product's amazing. So it's about you. Get yourself in, and you gotta be prepared. So we're gonna talk about that. Don't just show up. You can't show up like this. I'm gonna talk to you about that. So, but conceptually, it's not that difficult, right? What's the pitch? Can I come over and show you the products I'm bringing in King City, in Canada, in Nigeria, in Kenya? Well, I'm bringing some products in, and I will come over and show it to you. So the pitch is not that difficult. You could use other pitch, but I'm just saying it's not that difficult to make the first appointment. So now what's the benefits? Like if I'm pitching our product line, I'm telling people to cost transition. But we have some very, very strong pitch for that. If I'm sitting in front of you, I got my briefcase, got my samples, I got my presentation book, and all of that. I'm there, people are pretty mesmerized already. Anyways, you're like, what is that? They're kind of reading the label and oh wow, that's interesting. What is so at the end of the day, it's a really, really nice place to be. Right? It's a really, really nice place to be. I'll bring one of these things, little sample for toothpaste. Hey, listen, this is like going to the dentist. Here, go try it right now. I'll give a sample, right? This is a really, really nice, have you guys seen this? The VIP, the baby FOL? The baby FOL? Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, open up and keep this, So at the end of the day, that's what we do all day long. That's it, all day long. Cost transition, telling people we're bringing, some revolutionary products, cutting edge products into the country, city, whatever you're trying to promote. Show up there, look good, smell good, have a briefcase, get your, packed with samples. Probably just sample it out, man. It's not that difficult. If you're lazy, then I guess you're out of shape. It's not that you think it's difficult, you're just out of shape. So if I'm sitting in front of you and I got a briefcase full of this stuff, what are the benefits that we're pitching to our neighbors? What's the benefit? Well, better products. No one can dispute that. Doesn't have all these chemicals, all this stuff. No one, we got all these slogans, tags, and on the brochures for a reason. It's not easy to get. Paraben free, chemical free, all that stuff, natural. So what's our pitch? Better products. People want better products. Bulk. How about this? Bulk buying. We know that's hot. We have Costco, right? Why do people go to Costco? Because of good customer service? No. They have zero customer service, but they sell you stuff in bulk. And people can buy the products here in bulk. How about home delivery and dropship? Come directly to you. Don't get in your car, go 10 places. It'll come directly to you. It can be dropship anywhere in the world. Many of you guys already do that. If you want to buy something from the store, you want to ship it to somebody else in another country or city, you have to get a box and kind of package it together and send it to them, and hopefully it doesn't get stuck at the border. Now here, go to your back office, you go to your app, place the order, put the address, we ship it for you, we drop ship it for you. So home delivery is great because everybody wants home delivery, right? Not even food is home delivery, right? Uber Eats, all this stuff, right? Everything is becoming a home delivery. And our products are going to be home delivery. Got better products, bulk buying, home delivery, drop ship, all over. How about this? You're never going to hear this again. Inflation-free shopping. Inflation-free shopping. What happened to Naira a couple of weeks ago? Their currency dropped by 40% in 1 week. 40% in 1 week. Now imagine it's like going and everything doubles in price, right? Everything doubled in price in 1 week. How do you handle that? Now, if you were doing cross transaction through Opulence, it didn't affect you at all. Because you have shopping credits you accumulated, you get Opulence currency, you maybe shopping credit that came with your mall. It doesn't matter that your currency now is worth half of when you started. You're still using the Opulence currencies to shop at that price. You lost nothing. But everybody else who buys with your currency, your country currency, they're paying double the price. What's happening to, say, Israel shekel, for example? What's happening to Turkey? Like 80% drop. I mean, there's so many countries. Look at what's going on with Iran, with their currency. Argentina, that's a G20 country. Look what's going on with their currency. I'm telling you guys, it's being able to tell someone they can plan the year ahead and not to worry about your currency collapse. This is a conversation that just doesn't take place anywhere in the world. But you guys have that here. You go to your back office, you place an order, with your shopping credit. You don't worry about what is the conversion rate today. You don't worry about what was the inflation this month, or you don't worry about if there was a blockade at somewhere sea or insurance or some ship got. You don't worry about any of that. You place the order, and the price is the same. Your money that's been here, it's still stable. I mean, these are the serious problems that people are facing outside. You're facing it yourself. Anything you go buy outside, you see the inflation pricing. So what do? We do what I do in my household, in Cyrus's household. Here's what I do. We get creative. Anything we can use with our own products, we use our products. Not to go using for health reasons, right? But even for cost reasons. I don't need to worry about what happens at the grocery store. So inflation-free shopping is, I think we may be the only company in the world that can actually talk about that. How about tax-free shopping? If you're outside Canada, you shop tax-free. There's not a single entity in your country that can offer you that. You know that? There is not a single shop in your country. It doesn't matter where you live. You go buy something from a mall, you pay tax on it. It's called consumption tax, right? GST, HST, whatever. So here, if you're outside Canada, you probably don't charge a tax. You don't live in Canada. Do the Canadians pay the tax? Much like how you pay the tax in your country, but you can shop your mall from Canada tax-free. Imagine that. How much is that? That by itself is about what, 10 to 15 to 20% discount by itself, because you don't pay tax on this. So we got some very strong pitch. If you're in Nigeria now and all of a sudden, you go to buy shampoo and what are we buying now is 40%, like it dropped, it meant 80% high, like it's almost double the price. The money you got sitting in the bank, you work, you got a salary, you got some cash sitting, and all of a sudden this week, my salary is worth half of when I earned it the previous week. Can you imagine that? This is what's going on in the world. But you know what? Who's not going through that? Opulence members are not going through that. Yeah, we get a lot of orders for Opulence currency, and we see. I'm talking large orders. People order like $10,000 at a time, and they keep it and they distribute it. There's a lot of shopping going on. Very smart, very, very smart. You're gonna be here for life. You're always gonna need these products for life. This is a lifetime home. This is a life home. That John says forever home, right? So you're gonna need these products 6 months from now. You're gonna need these products a year from now. You need these products 5 years from now. You're gonna need these products 10 years from now. So I think I would trust we know our 18-year track record, you can trust our currency is a lot more stable than your country's fiat currency, the dollar, the naira, the pesos, whatever it is that you guys use. So you get better products, you get bulk buying, you get home delivery, you get drop ship, you got inflation-free shopping, you get tax-free shopping. How about promotions and free bonuses? Look, we got this build that says stuff that happens all the time. When's the last time you go to the store and say, hey, listen, here's some bonuses and free stuff because you're shopping? No, that just doesn't happen. We do it all the time here. Here we do it all the time. You do what you're supposed to do, which is sponsor people and renew your account. Something as simple as renew your account, we throw points at you. It's like you can't move here any direction without being hit with some bonus. It's just coming at you. It's a barrage of stuff. Okay. You get promotions, free bonuses. That's a pretty good pitch. Let me ask you, Joanne, how long have you been shopping at your local store? Throw bonuses at you for free? Didn't even know who you are? They know your name? Opulence knows my name. They know who I am. And when I call them in my back office, they know my life story. They know what I like. They know how to help me. I can contact them through WhatsApp, phone, email, ticketing system. Message bird. There's so many ways you guys can be helped. And when you call, we know who you are. That's a great pitch. How about saving time? I get this all the time. People say, hey, you know what? Ever since I've been to Opulence, I'm never nervous about my special occasions. Because I know exactly where to go to shop. I never have to worry about when I'm going to shop for Christmas and Valentine's, and the birthdays and anniversaries. Like, I late at night, get on my laptop, I go in, there's always many things that I could choose from, or even better, sometimes I can work towards it. And we're being asked constantly to bring back February, March, the goal line. And because look, you know what? I have a 10th anniversary or 25th anniversary coming up. I get a lot on anniversaries, and I want to get my wife, something really, really nice, and and she just wants it very much. So So again, you can work towards that here. And here's the best part: you're not giving your money to an outside company. You're actually going down to your mall, shop your mall, right? Your mall, you accumulate shopping credits, you accumulate Opulence currencies. It's same with you. And you buy. How cool is that? And by the way, with the way the currency system is right now, it's really important because try to save now for something expensive. I don't think you'll ever catch up. The way the currency devalues right now, it's debasing, is like as you accumulate, the price of the item has gone up faster than you can accumulate because your currency is crashing. And it's so unpredictable. How do you run your household? This is why everybody's in trouble. And I mean everybody's in trouble. Like, how do you plan for the year? You don't even know what you're going to spend on day-to-day stuff, the 30 use cases. How do you plan for that? You don't know what's going to cost. You usually go to the grocery store, you buy a couple of each and whatever. You kind of use the next time you go buy a couple of more, and you don't even look at the price. You just complain, oh, it's so expensive. It used to cost so much. Now it costs so much. That's what happens, right? It's not so, that stuff doesn't happen in Opulence. You bulk shopping, you tax-free shopping, you inflation-free shopping. You don't worry about that here. These are big ideas. It saves you time, right? You know exactly where to go to place the order. We have the Smart Buy system, and I love that name, Smart Buy. How smart we are to come up with a name like that, Smart Buy. Set it and forget it. I love that. Set it. You can do shop mapping, where to get your 30 use cases, sit down and place these packages in the system, and within a certain amount of time, you're going to pretty much do the 30 use cases because you accumulate towards everything, and eventually you're going to have everything, and now you can say, I got my 30 plus. My Opulence score is 30 plus. We're gonna have soon some really cool and fun promotions for that too. Who was it the other day? Oh, Isaac. He says, "Hey, woke up. I had $250 sitting in my back office. It was a little bonus from the company because he just became one of a very few qualified uh, qualified trainers. Yes, when you become qualified trainer, something you should do anyways for your team. We actually give you $250 up in this currency. It's like $250 of what you spend, and this $250 in most countries right now, next week is worth $300 because ours doesn't crash like other currencies are crashing every day. So yeah, this again, bonuses after bonus. How about get healthier? How about saves gas? And we can talk about how gas prices are high. You want to shop for something from mall to mall to mall, stuck in traffic, right? Everything costs money. You don't have to do that. If you cost transitioning here to Opulence, I can tell you, you can almost cocoon soon. We're gonna have other use cases, right? Soon, if you become a master of your own mall, you're gonna significantly reduce the amount of time you need to go out of the house. I'm not saying you shouldn't go, you should go, but not to shop, right? You can save money, do it all right here. By the way, when you do your cost transition, you have so many stories to talk about at Christmas dinner or whatever to people, and then that's you get customers because you're using everything. You're getting customers because of your experience. So the benefits. So we talked about what you need to succeed. You know, opportunity and plan. We talked about the opportunity, the highest email you can get, which is LAP. The plan is basically you do cost transition, you performance. The pitch. Hey, listen, can I come over show you some great products and being in the country? The benefits. We talked about better products, bulk buying, home delivery and drop ship, inflation-free shopping, tax-free shopping, promotions and free bonuses, saves that money, saves time, gas, healthier. I mean, those are big ideas, huge ideas, right? The next thing you need to be successful, because we talked about the basics, right? You've done all that, you've done your cost transition and everything else. Then you need consistency. You need to be consistent. In that case, again, we have a tool for you. With it, you cannot not be consistent because it just sits there staring at you. It's called DMO box. Without DMO box, you are not consistent, guaranteed, 100%. That's not a 99.9%, it's 100%. Because our lives are busy with so many distractions, you need to have that box sitting on a table. You have that, you're motivated. You know why? Because if when confusion sets in, inactivity starts, right? That's when demotivation happens. When you know exactly what you need to do, there's a box there, you just go open it and take that data and a call. The confidence level is insane through the roof. So we've even given you that. This is something, this to some of you be worth millions. I made my first million on this box. Yeah, when I started. Some of you, this will be worth millions. All right, in that box, the MO box, the boss box, you have candidate info sheets that talk about every customer that you're trying to cost transition or launch. You have DMO tracking sheets. Every single day that you do, what you're doing, who you're calling, what are the results. You got WMO, weekly method of operation, DMO, daily method of operation. These are very advanced stuff that's there. We can teach you. But now you have it. You have a system, full-fledged, very scientific system to do your business. Because a lot of people say, I don't know what to do. With the box, you would never say that. If you have the DMO box, you would never say those words, I don't know what to do. Because the way he goes, I know what to do. Just open it and down. So, if you have the boss box, because those are the words that keeps us back, right? Yeah, I don't know, till maybe later, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, never happens. Then you quit. Get your DMO box. And when you guys have it, when there's enough of you to have the DMO box, you can request and I'll personally take it through maybe 2 to 3 hour forensic training. People are asking now about doing the full-fledged trainings that we used to do like 7, 8 hours. But the forensic trainings were like 12 hours, 3 days at conventions. So, and some of those old boot camps we used to do, we used to do boot camps. Our trainings on Saturday was boot camps, online and in person. We included lunch. and it was like 6, 7 hours on Saturday, and people loved it. We loved it, and it was a different type of business back then. So we're gonna bring some of those boot camps back again, and we're gonna get serious. This is basic stuff, guys. What's better, staying home doing nothing and then let inflation eat you, right? If you're not eating inflation, inflation is eating you. It's just that simple. It's all your hand. Your money is losing its value every day. Inflation is much higher than your raise. So you're either eating the inflation or the inflation is eating you. We're getting poorer and poorer and poorer. Just not paying attention to it. All we do is complain. Next thing you know, there's a default. Next thing you know, your bank, raises the interest rate, and half the population lose their homes. This is exactly what's happening worldwide because interest rates went up. And I know in Canada, this is supposed, at one time, this was the beacon of, consistency and reliability. According to RBC, next year, 2025, 60%, 60% of renewals will be on default. All right, so now you get consistency because you got your boss box. Now you need longevity. Because you know what? People say, well, how do I stay motivated? Well, you need what I call a promise list. You need a reason. What are you working towards? I mean, listen. I'm not motivated to go to the gym unless I'm trying to reach a goal, right? If I don't have a target, then it's hard. So I'm not saying people can't do it. People do it. Very few. Most people that are in the gym, they're there because they have a real reason to be there. Some of them are health reasons. They need to cholesterol or something, right? Some of them just want to get muscly, right? Some want to lean out and lose weight. They have a target, right? The ones who are consistent at the gym, they have a very serious target. And that's what motivates them to make time for it and go. Some people get up 6 in the morning and go, right? You need a target. So in this company, we call it a promise list. Don't be a wandering generality. Oh, okay, I'll do whatever I do, No, sit down, take a good hour. Actually, it's a lot of fun. If you ever have a bad day, you're demotivated, we have those days, right? So I'm going to do my promise list and write. Next time, take it over, write it some more, and then keep writing the promise list. Things that you dream about. Because I can tell you, you couldn't possibly think beyond the Opulence comp plan. It's impossible for you to think and dream beyond the Opulence comp plan. It can happen here. Whatever you're thinking can happen here. So make a promise list. You couldn't think beyond or dream beyond the Opulence comp. This is not a job, no matter how good you are. You get paid 60 grand a year and that's it. 100 grand a year and that's it. It's not like that. We're talking about what, a $4 million plan? I think most of you with some adjustment can afford to live your dreams that way, right? So sit down, it's available in the comp plan, it's programming in software, it's trying to compute that for you based on your effort. Sit down and write a comp plan, write down your promise list. And once you write those promise lists, then you take those pointers in the promise list, you attach it to the comp plan. At what level am I going to reach? And once you know what those rank advancements are, now you got a daily plan. Because now you wake up in the morning and you start working towards one of the things you got to do, one of the 4 things, right? You want to thank, you welcome, you make appointments, and rank advancement. So you start looking at, if I'm at this level, I get those things, then you start working daily towards that rank advancement. So you need a promise list, longevity. Then, so we told you about, I don't know, one generic pitch for cost transition. Here's another generic pitch for performance. Performance meaning, launching other malls so they can go get other people to do cost transition, right? And you can make your own, but here's what I thought about. I just started, hey John, what's going on? I just started a luxury megacom business. Remember what we talked about last on megacom? Megacom business, and I need a partner. Can I come and see you and show you what it is, and you can advise me on it? So what's megacom? It's a marketplace in 3 industries: retail, wholesale, and crypto. So you can always you can always talk to people without pitching them, right? I just started a luxury megacom business, and I need a partner. Can I come and see you and show you what it is, and you can advise me on it? What's megacom? Well, it is a marketplace in 3 industries: retail, wholesale, and crypto. There's a lot of pointers here, by the way. You put something like this out, something is going to trigger with them. Maybe it's wholesale, maybe it's crypto, maybe it's retail. Megacom, that sounds interesting. Is that e-commerce? There's so many things here. Advice. Who doesn't want to give advice? Everybody wants to give you advice. I want your advice on it. I'm going to come and see you. I need a partner, right? There's so many things that the person can, okay, that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of points there. So don't pitch people like you want to sell them something. You can pitch people that, you just want their advice. You just want to throw it by them. Be excited about what you're doing. So you wake up in the morning, you got a business, you got a plan, you got a pitch. We're only pitching for 2 things. One is for, people to cause transition, and the other one to launch them all. It's not that complicated. You have a presentation book, you got a briefcase, you put this whole thing together, you do it enough times, you become really good at it. Isaac said the other day he's level 150 presentations. He's been here like a year or less. It's beautiful. That's so beautiful. He makes so much money retail. He's interested in the comp plan, but he makes so much money in retail. The comp plan is secondary to him. So, all right. So you got a pitch, you got longevity, you have consistency because you got the box. Some tools that you need. Very important. We give you a welcome pack, but you need more than that. You need a presentation book, right? You need so go get a binder. Some of the stuff in the welcome pack can go in there, like the PowerPoint. Throw a bunch of pictures in there, articles, all that stuff. And now when you go to see someone, you got a presentation book. You need a presentation book. Without it, you're not in business yet. It's that simple. You need a presentation book. You need a Zoom account, right? Now, to get on Zoom, you don't need a Zoom account. But at some point, you're going to have to do a call yourself, right? So you need a Zoom account. It's not that hard. 5 minutes, you get it. Download something, a couple of things, you're in. I don't know what to charge these days. They're not that expensive, $6, $10 a month, whatever that is. But you need a Zoom account. Why? Because now you can that Zoom can bring your business global. You got Zoom, you can do presentation globally, and we have a dropship globally. Perfect. Perfect, right? So if you didn't have one of them, it's difficult to do. In my days, there was no Zoom. So if I want to expand my business globally, I got on the phone, and at $3, $4, $5 a minute, that's what we expanded globally. And by the way, the company did not drop ship anywhere in the world. Then we ordered in bulk in our home. I had one of my uplines, actually an assistant doing this because he had no time to do that. And we just package, go to mail, post Canada, and ship it out. This is how we started. This is how we used to do it. You don't have to do any of that, right? You got Zoom, you do the pitch, the company drop ships. Beautiful. How long did it take you to do that? About 5 minutes to get a Zoom membership. It takes you about 30 to 50 minutes, an hour to do the pitch. And the product is on its way. The product is on its way. That thing's so good. You need a briefcase. All right, you need a briefcase. So even for me, because I have my Ferry Marsh MERS, so I love it. It's Python, whatever. So I put away my briefcase. I realized I can't do without my briefcase. So I took my briefcase back out now since a couple of days ago. And I love the Fairy briefcase. You can put some samples in it. Your presentation books all it fits in there. You go, you open your presentation book, you take some of these samples, right? Take some of these samples, all of it, even get them to try it, do the presentation, do the pitch. This is your demo. That's it. That's it. I mean, it's honestly, you can have so much fun with this too, eh? You know, once you are prepared, okay, I want you to do this. I want you just think about this for a minute. I want you to think about that you've done everything I've asked you to do, which is you have a briefcase, you pick up the LAP, right? You've done your cost transitions, you got all these products. That's another advantage of cost transition. You have everything. You can use those as samples because you have everything already, right? So then you have your everything, and then you've got your pitch, you made a call, made some appointments. You take your briefcase, you put your presentation book in it, you've got all these samples in it. You're very impartial up, dressed nicely. Aren't you? Are you confident now? Yeah, you're confident. Where is he? I want to go, right? Once you've got, when you're prepared like that, you just have to take the briefcase and go. You're ready to go take on the world. You're ready to do 10 presentations, you know, because you open it, the presentation is all there. Here, throw this down your throat. You know, when I was in my first company, we're in the cookies and juice business. They actually had these cookies, it's like fiber cookies. They looked and taste like dog food. Seriously, it did. But it was high fiber, and if you ate too much of it, then you lost some weight. Good with water, right? So a whole pitch for it was not a weight loss cookie. My first company, it was like 30 years ago, and we had here's how the Opulence taught us. He said, when you see your prospect, you step on their toe. When they say ah, you stick a cookie in their mouth. So that was the pitch. So I think that works really well with FOL. When you see anyone, step on the toe and put a dropper down the throat. And so the whole point is it's not a complicated business, right? You're ready to take on the world if you're prepared. But if you're not prepared, you know who knows you're not prepared? You know you're not prepared, so you don't have any confidence. And guess who else knows? Your prospect knows you're not prepared because your confidence is not there. Even if you went in front of them, you know that you're trying to rely on your talent to do the pitch. And you should never want to resort to that. Because the idea is for them to duplicate what you just did. All right? The presentation book, you need a Zoom account, you need a briefcase. All right? We got that. All right. All this stuff is very basic, huh? Right? This stuff is not complicated. This is what I used to do 35 years ago. If I start in MLM today, this is exactly what I would do today. You know, there's a couple of differences. There's no Zoom back then. There was no internet back then. Everything was on brochures and stuff like that. But we did conference calls. But the plan hasn't changed. It's the same thing. If you don't have the box, you're confused. If you're confused, you're inactive. It's just simple. Nothing changes. You got the box, you're in the routine, stay the flow, right? And all of a sudden you wake up every morning, there's nothing else you can do other than get on the box because that's the state of flow. But the state of flow is you haven't done nothing for 30 days and you wake up in the morning, that's just the flow, doing nothing for 30 days. I mean, so we've given you everything you need to be very confident and be able to do what you need to do to be successful. All right, so after the tools that you need, let's talk about proper business demeanor. What time is it? Oh, wow, time flew by. Time flew by. Okay, so let's just go quickly. Proper business demeanor. Be proud of the product, right? We talk about that cost transition. Dress business casual. You don't need to be in a suit. You don't need to be in track pants, okay? Right in the middle is nice. Never use another product that you sell in your mall. It discredits you and your mall. Can you imagine this? I'm in the fashion business and I sell watches and I'm wearing some other cheap watch. Like it just doesn't make any sense, right? Or if you're wearing someone else's shoes or bags, and it makes no sense. you're selling health and you're using toothpaste that are toxic from like, come on, guys. Do I need to tell you this really? Seriously, someone need to tell you that, right? If you're using something that you have in your mall from someone else's mall, you're instantly discrediting yourself. You can't even hide it because you're not talking about it. When you're not using it, you're not talking about it. It's just as simple. You can't tell someone, well, I'm not using it, but you should use it, right? So it's one of those things, guys, that, it cost transition. We package it so beautifully. You do some basic steps, cost transition, get the box. You've done it all. The recent thing we did with the PV450, I love the way we framed it there because now that PV450 is all you can eat now. It opens the door to every perk and bonus we have. You don't have to worry about remembering anything anywhere. You launch somebody, you get them on the cost transition with a PV450 or a Smart Buy SP450, and automatically that opens the door for every bonus perk system that we have. MGRS, Scar Club, all the stuff, variants, commission boost, it covers it all. So this is how beautiful, simple this business is. So again, never use another product that you sell in your mall discredits you. If you don't shop your mall, why should they? I love that. If you don't shop your mall, why should they? I wrote that, so that kind of red rhymes. Okay, constantly refer to 30+ use cases that you benefit from your Opulence mall. So question is then, what is your Opulence score, right? Because if your Opulence score 30+, then you can talk a lot about that. Hey, listen, you know what? From the morning I wake up, now I go there, 30+ use cases, I shop my mall. I'm getting the benefit of my mall. I don't need to worry about. You know what I love about this? We used to do this when we only had fashion. We sit in front of a guy who's dealing with another company, like another MLM company. So we got the Opulence people, and we got the other people, and the other people trying to tell us, pitch that their program is better. And we can just sit there and listen to them blab on for about 5 minutes and say, you know what? Interesting. You're telling me how your program is better. And I'm looking at you you're saying that we're you have a ring on, you got a watch on, you got shoes on, you got a briefcase, you got a wallet, so everything that you're wearing, we make. You're using our products, not a brand, but you're basically using our products, and you're telling me your product is better, and they can say anything. Because everything that people wear is stuff that we already make, right? Pretty much. There's no other MLM company that can say that. I mean, you see for another distributor, they're wearing shoes. They don't make that shoes. They bought someone else's shoes. No, we make our own shoes. They're wearing watch. They're wearing someone else's watch. They're wearing someone else's ring, earring, everything, right? Toothpaste, shampoo, everything. And yet we actually don't have to do that. We make our own stuff. Shop your mall. All right. So next two things. Become loud. Become a great storyteller. The way I am, right? You'd be excited. When you're a good storyteller, you're a good motivator. Somebody said, I don't know how to motivate. You don't have to know motivate, actually. I don't even know what that means, be a good motivator. Just be a good storyteller. And how you're a good storyteller, that means now you've experienced things that you can tell the story on. You do cost transition, you have 30+ use cases. You have a lot of stories to tell. And when you got those stories, you're motivated because you're excited about it. Motivation is about when you're putting energy into a story. It's all it is. It's stories with energy. So you got 30+ use cases, and now you got a lot of stories to tell. And of course, now you're flowing because you got all these experiences. So now you're a motivator. It's just that simple. The last thing we're going to talk about is once you've done all this, right? And again, what do we talk about? The most basic things, right? You need a mall, choose the best mall. You need a plan, cost transition, and then do the performance. Performance is basically welcome, thank, do presentations, appointments, and rank advancement. So what you want to do after that, you need a pitch. We talk about that, a pitch for cost transition. We talk a pitch for performance. The pitch for cost transition was simple, was all the benefits, bulk shopping, benefit, all the stuff. And then consistency, you give you a box. Again, you can do all of this in 1 week. 1 week, and you're ready to go. Consistency, you need that box. Longevity, you need a promise list, 2 hours. And tools you need a presentation book, staples, Zoom account, 5 minutes, briefcase that fits some samples. Again, online, get a free briefcase. You don't even have to go to the store for that. Cost transition. So now you got all the tools that you need. And what's your business demeanor? Be proud of the product, be business casual. Again, through Ferry and Posh, we got you covered there. Never order another product from other people mall. If you have it, it's discredit your mall. Simple. Cost transition, right? Constantly refer to 30+ use cases because create stories, be loud, be a good storyteller. And the last thing is troubleshoot your business. So to troubleshoot your business, if things are not going well, if only people come and say, well, I'm not growing fast enough, you only have to only ask 2 questions. It's become that simple. That simple. If somebody says my business is not growing as fast as it should, it's not growing, ask 2 questions. One, what is your opulence score? Cost transition, right? If you're not using this stuff, you have no stories to tell. The stories is what people buy. They join you on stories. We sell products on stories. People join, launch a mall because of stories. So cost transit, what is your opulence score? Well, maybe I need to get 29 more in there. Okay. And 2, what is your forensic score? I mean, you have the box. If you don't have the box, you're not doing the business anyways, right? So let's look at your forensic score because we only have 4 things to do. That's it. 4 things to do. One is we thank all the orders in my organization if we have an organization. We welcome all the new people to join if we have them. We make some appointments ourselves that you have to do, and we look out for rank advancement. So that's it. So the contribution side, making some appointments, that's based on the forensic system. We know we make 40 dialing, we get one member, one partner, one launch. 40 calls get you one launch. Simple. Again, it's part of the system. You're not going to get this in this 1 hour call, but you get the gist of it. Nothing here was brain crushing, face melting information, right? It takes, we try to get 1 week of preparation into 1 hour. It's a lot of content, especially I use a lot of stories, right? But seriously, you got 1 week to have a proper takeoff. And you know what that's called? That's called easy. And with that, I'll pass the call back to our fearless hostess.
Thank you very much, Ramin. That was amazing. And as you started off this whole evening was saying, stay fresh. If you're ripening, you're getting old and you're rotting.
You're rot. That's right. Yeah.
So that list, we've been in this business, some of us for a long time, and it's great to refresh. Number 1, we've got an opportunity, and that's Opulence Global. 2, the plan is cost transition and performance, what you're actually going to do. The pitch, number 3, which was my paradigm shift. The pitch is not going and selling it the first time you meet them, selling the products. It's going to get to know them, talking about, hey, this is what I'm doing. It's not saying, oh, okay, you got to buy 3 bottles of FOL, you got to buy Divine, you got to buy, and they're saying, who are you? So no, that was a good one. 4, consistency. I've got to put that DMO box back on my counter. I remember you were saying that one day you're going out the door, you had bought a new car and you went to drive it. You said, wait a minute, I didn't do my calling. So we've got to get back onto that. And longevity is that promise list. And I think that promise list can change all the time. Number 6, the tools, presentation book, Zoom account. It's $213 a year for a professional one. Briefcase, my briefcase is my Paris purse, because everyone asks me about that purse. And dress professionally, and which is really important for me. I don't do business casual, I do business. So if anyone needs a tutorial on that, give me a call. And be a product of the product. never give up. So if anyone has any questions, please send your questions in. And again, today was the Forensic Networker. And Ramin, thank you so much. You impart and inspire us every Tuesday. And we know how busy you are. And really, it is to hear a presentation like this, you going and remembering back in the field how you're doing it, and stepping on people's feet with your cookies. That was amazing. So if there's nothing else that you'd like to say to us, I'd like to thank everyone for coming in.
And you know what, guys, on Tuesday and Monday or Saturday calls, don't be lazy again. Send that link to 10 people, say, don't miss these calls. Like, we got to, yeah, this is part of our MO, right? Method of operation. By the way, you do what Bella's doing now, and next thing you know, you're QT. Next thing you know, you got $250 in your back office. It just appears there. It's a nice, so again, let's do the simple things, should remain simple.
To the billion.